What is up, viewers? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing my F1 Codemasters game tier list. This is going to be maybe one of the more controversial videos I've done here on LazGamez, but we're going to get straight into it, ranking every... Now, these are only the Codemasters games, so this is F1 2009 to the present day. So, we're going to get straight into it, and get straight into our tier list. So, let's get over there. Crash in the back, that is... Okay, so, here we go for our tier list. So, the first game we have in our list is F1 2016. So, straight away... This is going to be a difficult one. One would assume you put it in S tier. It's obviously going to go very high up. But F1 2016, I think I'm going to put in A tier. It's a really, really good game. You know, like it brought career mode back because F1 2015 didn't have it. The handling on wheel was very good. It was pretty bad on controller. The graphics were good. The AI were good. The crash physics were good. Pretty much everything was good. It just lacked in a few key areas. But apart from that, I think it belongs in A tier. The only places it really lacked in, the AI weren't great in terms of how they'd race you. Like, they were quick and they were a challenge, but sometimes they would sort of just like squeeze you into a wall or just run into you for no reason. And then the other thing is the lighting wasn't great either on some of the tracks. So A tier for F1 2016 I think is fair, but I'm going to be ranking them within their own individual tiers as well. But F1 2016 A tier first. Okay, so next game we've got down here, F1 2016 mobile version. Oh god, let me think back to when I played this. I would have only played this a few times. I remember I had it on my first phone, on my old iPhone 5. What do I think of this game? I mean, for a mobile game, it was pretty good. You know, like, the controls were decent. You know, like, you could steer or you could have the arrows. The graphics were good for a mobile game. It had all the tracks. It had basically everything. So, in that regard, I think for what it was, I would have to put it in A tier below F1 2016. It's a really good game. I don't think you can get it anymore on mobile, because I'm pretty sure they took it down for like licensing reasons. But it's honestly yeah, a really good game for what it was designed to be. So A tier for F1 2016 mobile. Okay, so next game on this list, this is now just sort of going up in years. F1 2017. So a game which I would probably say, I would probably say I have the most hours probably on F1 2017 or F1 2018. So this is a game I know well. It was another big step up from 2016, but do I want to put it in S tier? I don't think I do. Because the AI were a big improvement, the handling was a big improvement from that oversteery F1 2016 handling model. Lighting was good, everything was good. The AI, while they raced you better, they were a bit slower on F1 2017 compared to 2016. The career mode was a big improvement. And they added in classic cars as well to F1 2017. Now, that was the first game to have it since 2013. So I think for that reason, it's just going to scrape into S tier for me is F1 2017, just. Also, they had short circuits like Japan short, Texas short, and Bahrain short. So yeah, just scraping into S tier F1 2017 for me. Okay, so next game, F1 2018 now. This is, in terms of Codemasters games, this is my second favourite Codemasters F1 game. So, because of that, it's going straight in S tier above F1 2017. This game was awesome. It had loads of classic cars. It had really good tracks. The lighting was good. The graphics were really, really good. It had F2 cars. It had classic cars. It had everything. It even had... Actually, sorry, no, it didn't have Devin Butler in it. That was next year's game. But this game was just it. And I don't think there is a more satisfying feeling than taking the Mercedes around Singapore or Monaco on that game than in any other game. F1 2018 slapped. It was so good. Insane game. So yeah, definitely S tier for F1 2018. Okay, so next game. Ooh, F1 2019. We're on the generational run at the moment. Interesting, because I'm of the firm opinion that F1 2016 to F1 2020 is the best run that they've ever had in like the Codemasters series. That peak of like 4 games was insane. So F1 2019, oh, it's hard. It's difficult to rate because I don't want to be throwing everything in S tier. But I mean, how could you not? How could you not put F1 2019 in S tier? Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm actually going to do a change. F1 2019 is going in S tier, and I'm going to move F1 2017 down to A tier ahead of F1 2016. But yeah, F1 2019 S tier. Awesome game. Everything in this game just worked. It was phenomenal. Like, I don't even know really what to say about F1 2019 because it just worked. Like, everything in this game was just good. Classic cars, you know, the short tracks, like I said. They had, you know, good commentators. They had F2. They had the first sort of story mode for, I guess, what you could have said as like a beta for Breaking Point. Because you had Devon Butler. You played as yourself, but Devon Butler was there along with Lucas Weber. The F2 cars were there again, and they were a big improvement in F1 2019. They had really good tracks. You know, they had Hockenheim. Bring back Hockenheim. The only downside I will say that F1 2019 had is the cars had a really weird physics when they locked up. Like, especially, and this was especially noticeable if you were playing on wheel. If you locked up a front wheel, it would sort of lose, like, all of its feeling in terms of the force feedback, which was a bit odd. That was the only thing I had to nitpick about this game. But apart from that, it was phenomenal. Like, it was such a good game. So, yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, next game, F1 2020. I mean, what do I even need to say? What do I even need to say? It's S tier. It is, in terms of, like, overall popular opinion and my opinion, while it might not be my favourite, it is the best F1 game from Codemasters, I genuinely think. It's not my favourite F1 game, and there are reasons for that, but it is, in terms of handling, in terms of content, in terms of everything, it is the best F1 game I think they've ever made. So, straight in S tier for F1 2020. I mean, you ask any F1 player who's played an F1 game in the last 10 years, and they'll tell you that F1 2020 was the best one. So, S tier, easily, for F1 2020. Okay, next game. What is that? F1 Mobile Racing. Okay. A game I didn't play a whole lot of. I don't really play many mobile games. I really only played Jetpack Joyride and Crossy Road. F1 Mobile Racing. Oh, where do I put this? I mean, this game wasn't anything to write home about. It was okay. The graphics were okay. You had that stupid, like, live system where, like, you had to pay if you lost the challenge too many times. The AI were terrible. The HUD was decent. So, I mean, I can't comment too much on this game. So, I would have to put it in... Or, I think I will put it in C tier. Yeah, it's average. It's okay. Like, they did their best, but I don't think they were ever going to match what they accomplished with F1 2016 Mobile. Yeah, so F1 Mobile Racing, C tier for me. That was, I think, our first difficult one of the video. Right, next up. Oh, God, okay, so this is where the comments are going to start going for me. F1 2021. A game which was, you know, it had good features. It was the first year, you know, we had rear wing damage and side pod damage and all that sort of stuff re-added into the game. It was the first proper year for Breaking Point, I believe. What else did they have? The AI were good, the HUD was good, the graphics were good. good tracks. AI were okay. They weren't amazing, but this isn't a game I got along well with, in my personal opinion. So, for that reason, this is going to be highly controversial. It's going to go, F1 2021 is going to go in B tier. Yes, it is. F1 2021 is going to go in B tier. Oh, I can hear the keyboard warriors already. Alright, next edition. F1 2022. Interesting. What do we do with F1 2022? A game I was actually really good at. A lot of people hated this game, and for good reason. It wasn't spectacular. But yeah, a game I was good at. The traction obviously was just horrific. Like, it was so slippery. You basically had to take every corner in 5th gear and no lower, or else you would just spin up the rear wheels. And this went for every circuit. The sofa and whole furniture interior design, grand design mode, IKEA mode, was just dreadful. Literally had no purpose. I was one of the very few who actually liked the supercars, because I liked driving the safety car around. Sorry. Yeah, I was one of the few who actually liked driving around the safety car at different tracks. But I think for that reason, F1 2022, do I think it's better than F1 2021? I don't think so. I think they had their own strengths and weaknesses. So I'll put F1 2022 in B tier below F1 21, I think is fair. But next up. Okay, so next up we have, what is that? That is F1 2009, which was on the Wii. This is an interesting one. A game which I've only really played once or twice. I played it at a friend's house. A game which wasn't really received well, especially because it was on the Wii, when it could have easily been on the PlayStation, or the Xbox 360, or whatever. Very weird characteristics. The graphics are terrible. First of all, there was no sort of play and feeling in the wheel, because, you know, you were playing on a Wii remote, which you would have to do like this, like on Mario Kart. The cars, when they collided with each other, would make this horrific noise, and they would bounce off each other in really weird ways. So sort of like the opposite of the side pod glitch we had in like F1 2015 and F1 2016. But given it was Codemasters' first F1 game, I won't be too harsh on them there. It's definitely better than F1 Mobile Racing, so I reckon, and although it was on the Wii, it was a good starting point for, like, the whole franchise. So I think for that reason, F1 2009, I will pop in C tier above F1 Mobile Racing. Right there. I think that's fair. Because, you know, like, it was a good starting point. Wasn't a perfect game by any means, but it was fun nonetheless, and that's sort of what these games are about, isn't it? A mix of realism and fun, and it was definitely fun. So yeah, I think F1 2009 C tier. Okay, so next up, F1 2010. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. Where do we go with this? A really good game. Obviously, you know, an enormous step up from F1 2009, because, you know, this was released on the 360, the PlayStation 3 and PC. This is sort of the game which sort of kicked off league racing on the Formula 1 games. And like, this was basically, apart from 2009, this is the game which really got the franchise going and really started gaining it traction. No pun intended. So I think for F1 2010, we will go, oh, yes, we're going to go A tier, above F1 Mobile, but not above F1 2016, so we're going to go right there for F1 2010. Like, this game is like the legacy. This started all of it, you know, like everything, all the league racing and all of that can trace its roots back to F1 2010, which was the OG for league racing and online racing, really, as well. So yeah, A tier, I think, is fair for F1 2010, just above F1 2016 Mobile Edition. Okay, alright, now, this is going to be another controversial one. F1 2011, a game which I absolutely adore. I love F1 2011 so much. I've got so many hours on this game playing as Maldonado and just crashing into people on that bouncy suspension model that they had. But fanboy aside, where do we put this? Because it had its ups, graphics were good. Online was not great. It was to be desired. The handling model, if you were on wheel, you know, you were 2 seconds a lap faster than people on controller because it was just lock to lock, and you didn't have to do anything. Damage was okay. The AI were actually pretty decent on F1 2011, and it had a nice track selection and career mode. So I think for that reason, I will put F1 2011 in B tier above F1 2021. Oh, that's a controversial one, I think. Yes. I'm happy with that. All right. Next one. Okay, next one is F1 2011 for the 3DS. Now, this is the only game on this list which I have not played. I've never had a 3DS. One canon event for Gen Z which I haven't been able to share is owning a 3DS. So, I haven't played F1 2011 3DS edition, so we're going to chuck it in, didn't play. I actually haven't even seen a video of it, so I really have no place to comment on it. But, yeah, didn't play. Next one. Okay, so still don't have a single game in D tier, but we will get to that eventually. Next game on this list, F1 2012, with the very classic blue cover. What do we think of this? This is a game which I enjoyed. Very, very fun. Had a lot of good features. It had that Champions mode, which no other game had, where you had to verse all of the world champions on the grid. It was actually quite fun. And the handling was good. Where this game lacks, at least in my opinion, is the notorious penalty system. God, it was bad. It was so inconsistent. Like, you could go a millimeter off track at Saint-Devoux and get a 10-second penalty, and then completely cut the Nouvelle Chicane and get nothing, not even a warning. And then the same with the collisions. You know, you could very lightly tap Grosjean into a spin. You'd get a 20-second penalty, but then you could absolutely murder one of the Vermin or the HRT, and you'd get nothing. So, aside from the penalty system, it was a very good game. I think for that reason, it just doesn't quite break S tier for me. So, I'm going to go A tier above F1 2017. I think this is fair. Just above F1 2017. It just doesn't quite break S tier for me, but it is an absolute banger of a game as well. Though. And the handling model was very good for its time, although it was very understeery. But yeah, A tier for F1 2012. Okay, so next up, oh, what a title we have here. F1 Race Stars. For those of you who haven't heard of F1 Race Stars, literally just F1 and Mario Kart put together. This game was amazing. It was very different from the rest of it, but it was on terms of just like pure entertainment. This game was just it. So it's going in S tier. It's going above F1 2019. Absolute W F1 game. I loved F1 Race Stars, and definitely go try it if you haven't already. It's on a PlayStation and Xbox 360. Absolute GOAT tier game. Absolutely loved F1 Race Stars. Okay, so another game that I am very fond of, F1 2013. This is, for those of you who don't know, this is my favourite Codemasters F1 game of the whole series. F1 2013 is my favourite. If I were to be completely blind, I would put it at the top of S tier. It didn't have too many issues. It had classic cars, had basically everything you could think of. But I don't know if it tops F1 2020. This is really tough. I would put it above F1 Race Stars. Do I put it above F1 2020 though? Is it the best game they've ever made? Yes, it is. F1 2013, GOAT status right there. We're putting it in. F1 2013 is the GOAT, is the best Codemasters F1 game in history, in my very humble opinion. But it's going up there, and for good reason. It had classic cars, the handling was spot on, the features were spot on, it had scenario mode, the camera angles were amazing, the track's design was amazing, the handling was amazing, it had league racing, the online was phenomenal. Everything about this game, apart from the cover for the game, which I thought was ugly AF, apart from that, is spot on. F1 2013, the GOAT. Okay, so next up on this list, this is going to be another controversial one. Formula 1 2014. Where do I begin? Most people, including myself, would actually call this F1 2013.5, because that's what it was. It was just a copy and paste of F1 2013, because they thought, because F1 2013 was so good, they thought they could just get away with a copy and paste game. But it flopped, and it flopped badly. There were lots of bad things about this game. The AI were terrible. They would just move over for you whenever. The engine sound was shocking. The intro wasn't great. The menu design was pretty horrible as well. So for that reason, I mean, it did have bonuses as well. Like, it did have good things. The career mode was decent, for one. The graphics were actually pretty okay. So for that reason, F1 2014 is going to be in C tier below F1 Mobile Racing. Yeah, I think that's fair. Definitely not the best game by any means, but I don't think it's worthy of D tier. I don't think it's that bad. So yeah, C tier for F1 2014. Okay, so F1 2015 now. God, where do I begin with Formula 1 2015? The AI were okay. They weren't great. They would brake check you on straights if you didn't have the difficulty set right. There was no difficulty slider, although it really should have had one. It was just like 4 distinct settings. There was no career mode. Like, get that into your brain. There was no career mode, full stop. There was pro season, but you could only do 1 season. The HUD was actually not... I actually quite liked the F1 2015 HUD. But apart from that, there really wasn't much to write home about. The only funny thing in this game was if you broke your front wing, you could take off and do a jump at the Wall of Champions chicane and going up Eau Rouge, which was very funny. And the crash physics they weren't realistic, but they were hysterical. So, F1 2015, it's gonna be our first D tier entry on this list. Just not good. Just not good at all. Absolutely abysmal title. And arguably their worst. Arguably. Stressed on arguably. Okay, up next, F1 23. God, where do we begin here? A game I did not like. Unpopular opinion, I did not like F1 23. It always, like, especially when we had F1 24, it always, baffled me to see people playing F1 23 over, like, anything else, because it really wasn't that good. I just didn't like it. I didn't get along with the handling model. While it wasn't that bad, I just didn't get along with it. But I don't have too much to comment on with F1 23. So, well, the career mode was lackluster, to say the least, in both aspects. My team was dry as hell, and driver was even worse. So, for that reason, F1 23, and this is going to be very controversial. I'm going to go C tier above 2009, but it is not, I don't think it is worthy of B tier. It just did not have enough content in the game to be enjoyable. Like, it was just a dead video game. Full stop. It was just dead. That's all it was. It was just dead. Okay, and our final game on this list, because F1 2025 is not featured. I might just slap it on in the editing afterwards, so like, bam, right up there. F1 24. Oh, wow. This is going to be the one I get the most, well, maybe the most hate for, maybe not. Where do I begin? Handling was dog. Full stop. It was just terrible. The driver career, the my team career was shocking. It was terrible. The driver career was actually fairly enjoyable. It had a few nice features. The online racing was always a blast. Because, you know, like, it was nice and chill. It sucked on controller. Nothing was LiDAR scanned, sorry. So, it wasn't very accurate. It just wasn't very realistic. The tire wear was pretty good, though. So, for F1 24, I'm gonna go... Oh... Wow, this has really had me stumped. Yeah, I'm gonna go... C tier... Above F1 2014. Above F1... Yeah, I'm gonna put... Oh. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in between F1 2009 and F1 Mobile Racing. I think we're gonna go with that. But yeah, there we have it. There is our F1 games tier list. I am gonna... although F1 2025 is not on here, I'm gonna slap it on in the editing. Not the best game we've ever had, F1 25, but it deserves a solid A tier. So I'm going to slap it up there in A tier, above F1 2010 and below F1 2016. I'm just going to put it there. So a good game we've got this year. But yeah, there we have it. Well, there we have it, everybody. That is going to do it for another video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. I had a lot of fun recording this tier list today. I've got a little bit of clip of F1 race stars for those who don't know are going on in the background. But yes, hopefully you all enjoyed. If you disagree with any of the choices I made, please feel free to hate on me in the comments below, because that's what they're there for, aren't they? But yeah, that is going to be it, me signing off. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, have an awesome day, make good choices, and I'm going to see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.